Welcome to Mistaway video training series. In this video we'll show you how to prepare a Mistaway Gen 1.3 55-gallon system for the wintertime. We suggest that all Mistaway dealers winterize their systems when temperatures reach consistently below 30 degrees Fahrenheit. The most important thing to remember with winterization is that you need to evacuate as much fluid as possible from the system. This action will ensure that in the event of a hard freeze, any trapped fluid has room to expand as it freezes without placing pressure on internal components. It's suggested that you plan ahead so your customers' tanks are empty when you are ready to winterize. This video applies to both 55 and 125 gallon systems. To complete the proper winterization steps, you'll need the following tools: a number 2 Phillips screwdriver and a 1/4 inch nozzle circuit adapter. Step 1. Flush the pump with clean water. Fill a 10-gallon bucket with fresh water and position it next to the 1.3. Lift the lid from the drum and reposition it so that the pump intake line and agitation J tube is submerged inside the 10-gallon bucket. Activate in an inspect cycle and run as much fresh water through the nozzle circuit as possible. It's a good idea to let this run for a complete 5 minutes to ensure that all the nozzles see enough fresh water. Disconnect the nozzle circuit from the pump. Again, activate in an inspect cycle and flush fresh water through the pump. Because there is nothing attached to the pump and to avoid a large mess, shut the unit off after a short period of time, like 10 or 15 seconds. Remove the suction and agitation line from the 10-gallon bucket so the line is not submerged at all. Run a dry inspection cycle and tilt the unit so the nozzle circuit outlet on the pump is facing downward. This will ensure all fluid trapped in the agitation lines are being evacuated. Please also note there is a separate video to discuss leak detection. Reposition the lid back on the empty 55-gallon drum. It's a good practice to clean the drum and suction filter before the winter time. Any 1/4 inch nozzle circuit filter should also be cleaned at this time. Unplug the unit and wrap the power cord around the assembly. Then replace the weatherproof cover. Step 2. Use an air compressor to evacuate all fluid from the nozzle circuit filter. Next, use a portable air compressor to evacuate as much fluid from the nozzle circuit as possible. Mistaway Systems carries an adapter that connects the 1/4 inch line to the air compressor hose. Simply unscrew the last 2 nozzles on the nozzle circuit and turn the compressor on. This will force air through the lines, blowing out as much fluid as possible. It doesn't take long to do this, and it isn't necessary to remove all the fluid. However, keep in mind the more fluid removed, the less likely something is going to go wrong during a hard freeze.